cutting dados like this in hard maple, all with no hands. Sounds impossible, right? Well, I'm here to show you how. Okay, so maybe no hands is stretching the truth a little, but what I will show you is a way of cutting these dados in such a way that your hands are going to be nowhere near the cutters, making it the safest way possible to do it. And on top of that, you're going to get perfect results every time. I just had a call from a friend of mine who needs to run some maple caps on some pony walls around a staircase. He needs to obviously take a bunch of material out of the center part of the caps so that each edge sits over the drywall edge and covers that all up. And I thought it might be a good excuse just to set the power feeder up. It'll make it a lot safer to run so many passes over the dado stack. This is, what is it, 7/8 or something? Yeah, it's a small 7/8. It's going to take a few passes. Obviously, we'll get better results. We'll know that the material's flat down and we'll get a consistent depth of cut. And, of course, hands will be well clear. So what I've done, I'm using the long fence, slid that back so there's lots of fence to register against as we bring the material in. And yeah, there's plenty on the outfeed side. It'll be nice and strong. I don't know exactly. I'm going to assume the wall is 4.5 inches, so 3.5 inches of framing and a 1/2 inch either side. We might go a little bigger than that, obviously, so that it slips over. But until I get the material, I don't know exactly how to set this up. But I do want to run a couple of practice goes just to see how this works. So what I'm going to do with the fence set up there, maybe I'll move it over. We'll go, sort of where it's going to be, perhaps. So the power feeder is going to be set so that it's angled slightly into the fence, just to keep that material tight against the fence, just like you would if you were doing a shaper operation. And of course, there's no issue. It's a bit hard to see. I'm not tall enough. I think that's about right. I'll turn that. And as usual, really important to make sure that everything's tight with the power feeder. So I'm going to set this at maybe 6 meters per minute. Okay, that's definitely the setup. Perfect. Okay, so having the clamp on the end of the fence there, just to make sure. There's a lot of pressure, obviously, with the power feeder wanting to push that material, so I'm getting a little bit of variation. But with that clamped there, that seems to be doing perfectly now. So, okay, so the setup that seems to be working is to have the power feeder centered basically over the dado stack, angled slightly into the fence by probably 3/8 of an inch thereabouts. I haven't got a lot of downward pressure. You don't want too much downward pressure or it creates too much friction on the surface of the table. but enough that it will drag the material through. So yeah, I think we're good to go as soon as we get this material.
Yeah, 3/8 is good.
3/8?
Yeah.
So I just want to make sure that this is running straight. Is that the right side up? That seems to be running fine. Oh yeah, that's right. That ought to do it. We'll just check this board, make sure that it is right before you run that one. I camouflaged that. So it's just shy of 4 5/8.
Right?
Is that all right? It's a 30-second shy.
Never see it.
And the other.
Oh, fine. Okay.
I'll let you figure out the side one. Good. What are you going to hide the ends? Right, so it comes down the wall and then down the cool. What it's down to me. And that's right. Okay, well, as you just saw, that worked quite well. I was expecting that we'd need to take all the material out in the center as well, which is why I actually set up the power feeder. That wasn't the case. Apparently what they've done is just run the drywall up past the top of the framing. So we just needed 2 dados or grooves either side, and the material will slip over that. And yeah, but for how quick it was to set up the power feeder to do some dadoing like that, yeah, I'd definitely do that again. It was, and obviously nice and accurate. We know obviously with the power feeder that the groove was exactly that 3/8 deep all the way along. Sometimes, you know, if there's a bit of spring in the board or whatever, and you're doing it by hand, you might get a little bit of variation, which could mess up the job. Yeah, with the power feeder, that was totally not an issue, and everything ran through nice and straight. Definitely helped to just add a G-clamp to the end of the fence just to make that nice and solid. Yeah, otherwise, super easy. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.